Very good afternoon, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine at home. Today we are going to start your chapter 12. It's very important. Here today we will learn the tenses. Okay? Tense is a form of verb which tells us about the time of an action. Tense is basically of a three types: past, present and the future tense. Yes student, all the students know about this. Tense is a form of verb which tells us about the time of an action. Okay, the tenses describe a time of action. Okay, tense and time, it is important not to confuse the name of a verb. Tense with the way we use it to talk about the time. Okay, we use the tense describe the time of an action, when the action is done, where the action is done. Okay, the tense describe the time. Okay beta, yes. Now look at the first slide, the tenses. Yes students, tense divided into the three parts, major three parts: present, past, future. Okay, the major part, tense divided into three parts: present, past, future. Okay beta, first of all the student clear this? I already explained it. What is tense? Okay beta, tense is a time of action. Okay beta, tense is a form of verb which tells us about the time. Tense is a form of verb which tells us about the time. Okay, yes, the here tense divided into three parts: present, past, future. Okay, yes students, you know each verb has three forms. Okay, all the students know this. Each verb has three forms. Yes, for example any verb, ask. Okay, this is your base form. Next is ask, past. Here next is ask, past participle. Past participle. Okay beta, don't forget this and don't confuse. Okay, here I am talking about only verbs. Okay, here I am talking only verb. Verb has three forms: present, past and past participle. Okay, but here now we are talking about the tenses. Okay beta, tense divided into three parts: present, past, future. Yes, look at the next slide. Present tense, past tense and future tense. Yes, I hope all the students know this. There are 12 tenses. Okay, there are 12 tenses in English. The major tenses is the present, past and future. Okay beta, every tense has four aspects. Every tense has four aspects. Look at the first: present indefinite, past, present continuous. Okay beta, every tense has four aspects. Okay beta, here is also divided into four and here is also divided into four. Okay beta, here the present tense, present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous. The same way, past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future tense, future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Okay beta, there are 12 tenses in English. Okay, the major three tenses: present, past and future, and every tense has how many aspects? Four aspects. Okay beta, each tense has a four aspect. Yes student, today you will learn the uses and formation of the simple present tense. Today we are going to learn the simple present tense, where we use the simple present tense and the formation of the simple present tense, and how we can write the simple present tense. Yes, now look at the next slide. The first of all, the formation very easy. Okay beta, first of all the subject, after that your form of verb, your base form of verb, root form of verb, and add s, es or ies. Okay, I will tell you about where you put the s and where you put the es and where you put ies. Okay, in my lecture I am telling you about this. Raman goes to school. Okay, here examples only the third person, but now we will discuss the simple present tense is a verb tense. Okay beta, with two main uses. We use the simple present tense when an action is happening. Okay, look at the slide and read it. Okay, the simple present tense is a verb tense with two main uses. We use the simple present tense when an action is happening. Okay, when an action is happening right now or when it happens regularly. Okay, which is why sometimes called the present indefinite tense. Okay student, don't forget this. Here where we use the simple present tense, we use the simple present tense, the main use is when an action is happening right now or when it happens regularly. Okay beta, depending on the person the simple present tense is formed by. Okay, here when you write in the simple present form and when you talk about the simple present time, when you talk about the present time, okay, that time you very important you learn the first person, second person and third person. Okay beta, very important this first person, okay, second person and third person. Okay beta, second person and third person. All the students know this about the first person, second person, third person. Okay beta, here if we talk about the first person like I, we, okay, then you put the base form of the verb. If we talk about the second person, you, then you also put the first form of the verb. And when we are talking about the third person like a he, she, it, they. Okay beta, that time if you talk about the he, she, it, singular subject. Okay beta, singular person, that time you add the base form of verb, you put the s, es or ies. Okay, and if your subject is plural, your person here plural, but you put the base form of the verb, but they is here third person. Okay, yes, now look at the next slide. I hope you clear this. The simple present tense use the mainly happening the any action happening the right now. Okay beta, yes, look at this. The present indefinite tense also known as the simple present tense. Okay, habitual action, okay, eternally true action. Generally simple present tense is used to indicate an action which happens always. Okay beta, at the end of the class I will ask a question about this. Okay student, listen it carefully. Simple present tense is used to indicate an action which happens always, regularly, every day, daily, normally, generally, usually, occasionally, sometime, often, rarely, frequently, nowadays, naturally. Okay beta, constantly, never, every week, every year, once a year, on a week, at time, at present, now and then, or all the time. Okay, all these verbs here describe a present time. Okay beta, all the students know this always, regularly, every day, this describe the simple present time. Okay beta, yes, I hope you all are understood. Okay, yes, for habits. Okay beta, he drinks subject is singular, then your verb is also singular and you put the face form of verb with s, es or ies. Okay beta, here he drinks tea at breakfast. The habit, daily habit. Here the simple present tense uses in the daily routine. Okay, for habits. She only eat fish. She only. Okay, daily. This is also describe the present time. They watch television regularly. Okay, here also describe the present time. Okay beta, for repeated action or events we catch. Okay, we also use the simple present tense for the repeated action or events. Okay beta, we use the simple present tense for habits. We use the simple present tense in the repeated actions, like we catch the bus every morning. Every morning also describe a simple present. Okay, we catch the bus. It rains every afternoon. Every afternoon. Okay beta, in the hot season they drive to every summer. Okay, manko every summer. Okay, for general truths, water freezes at 0 degree. The earth revolves around the sun. Her mother is Peruma. Okay beta, here all the sentences describe the present time. Okay beta. Yes, now look at the next slide. Okay, before start you will learn the formation. You will learn this. Look at this slide. Note on the simple present, third person is singular. Okay beta, here is a very important. If you learn the formation of the simple present tense, it's a very important. In the third person singular, the verb always end in a s, like a he wants, she needs, he gives. Okay beta, note this. Here your subject is singular. Okay, she, he. Then you put a s. He wants, she needs, he gives, she thinks. Okay, in the negative and question form you use the does, the third person of the auxiliary and the infinitive of the verb. Okay beta, he wants ice cream. Does he wants? Here make a questions. Okay, we will discuss further. Verb ending in a by. If your verb ends with by, okay beta, here look at this one is very important. If your subject is singular, then you put a s. But if where you put a ies, beta, here verb ending in a y. If your verb ending in a y, the third person change the y into ies. You put ies, remove the y, you put ies. Okay beta, examples: fly, flies; cry, cries. Okay, the next one is if there is a vowels before the by. Okay, here play, plays; pray, prays. Okay, if your by before any vowel letter, then you put a s, and if your by before a consonant letter, then you remove a by and adding a ies. Okay beta, look at the next example. Add es. Okay, you learn it where you use the ies. Now we are going to discuss where you put a es. Okay beta, add es to verb ending in a double s, x, sh and ch. Okay, ch. Here he passes. If your word end with the double s, okay, ch, x, sh, then you put a es. Okay beta, if you write in a simple present tense, if your subject is singular like a he, then you put a cat. मान लो word है cat, catch. Okay, ch. In the end of the ch you use the es. Catches, he catches. Okay, if you write the like a first of your subject and after that your verb, you put the main root of the verb, you put a s, ies or es. Okay, the main. If your subject is plural, then you put only first form of the verb. Okay. Yes. Next. Yes, now you will learn the formation of the negative sentence. How you write the simple present tense in a negative form. Okay, beta. To make a negative sentence in English, we normally use a don't or does with all verb. Okay, beta. I already told about this. If your subject is singular, he, she, it, any person, any place, then you put the base form of verb plus I plus s, ies or es. Okay, beta. This is your if your subject is singular, and if your subject is plural like I, we, you, they, then you put a main base form of the verb. Okay, base form of the verb means first form of the verb. Okay, then you only put a first form of the verb if your subject is plural. Okay, if your subject is plural, then your verb is also plural, and if your subject is singular, then your verb is also singular. Okay, beta. But now how you can write in the negative form? Okay, beta. For example, here the sentence is Ram plays. Yes, Ram plays. Okay, Ram plays. Describe a Ram खेल रहा है. Okay, Ram plays in the park. कुछ भी लिख सकते हो, in the park. This is your affirmative sentence. Okay, here your subject is singular, and then you put a singular verb. You add in the s place. Okay, beta. The same way, if I am writing now Ram and Shyam. Ram and Shyam play. Okay, student. Here your subject is plural. That's why your verb is also plural. Okay. All these sentences are affirmative sentences. The formation of the affirmative sentence in the present time. Okay. Yes, student. Now, how you can write in the negative form? If your subject is singular, then you put a does. Okay. Then you put a does. But remove your s. When you write like this, Ram plays. Ram does not play. Does not play. Okay. Here you remove the s. Ram does not play in the park. And if we talk about here Ram and Shyam. Here Ram and Shyam is a plural. Your subject is plural. Then you put a play. Here you use a do. Okay, student. Please don't forget this. If your subject is singular, then you put a does. Okay. If you write in negative sentence. Okay, if you describe any word in the present time, okay, आप कोई भी बात बोलना चाहते हो कि वो ऐसा नहीं करता, वो ऐसे नहीं बोलती, ठीक है? She does not speak. Okay, that time your subject is singular, then you put a singular verb. She does not speak. If you want to write anyone like you, okay, you don't speak. तुसी नहीं बोल दे. Here your subject is plural, then you put a do, and if your subject is singular, then you put a does. Okay, beta, don't confuse. And here look at this affirmative sentence. Here you speak. Okay, beta, you speak French. You don't speak French because here your subject is plural. You use a do, and if your subject is singular, you can use does. Okay, yes. Now you will learn the formation of the interrogative sentence in the simple present. Yes, beta, I hope all the students clear this, the negative form. Yes, now we learn formation of the interrogative tense. Okay, beta, interrogative, how you can write in the interrogative form these sentences. Okay, beta, you speak English. I already told about this. If your subject is plural, then you put a do, and if your subject is singular, then you put a does. But here you will see that the add do at the beginning of the affirmative sentences to make it question. We use do when the subject is I, you, subject. Okay, I hope you will understand. You will see that the do at the beginning of the affirmative sentence. Okay, the subject is plural. Yes, look at I, you, we, they. All these are plurals. Okay, and here the does he speak. Here your subject is singular. Your subject is singular. That's why you put here does. Does he speak French? When the subject is he, she or it, you put a does. Okay student, I hope you will all the student understood this. Yes, it's important. It's a very important. You will learn the uses of the be. Okay, it's a very important point. Another point, an important point. Yes, I hope you all the students understood where you use the present tense. Okay, the formation of the present tense. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the be. Be form change into is am, are in the present. Okay, and be form use into was, were in the past. Okay beta, don't forget this. All these are auxiliary verbs. Okay, yes, we will discuss in the other topic. Present continues in the next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.